There's something special about combat. And BAR-X project is one of the things where you can come back and you can be with your friends again.
My name is Fred Galvin. I was the commanding officer of Marine Special Operations Company, Foxtrot. We were invited to come to BAR-X here in Billings, Montana, or outside of Billings, Montana, to bring the group of 7 Marines that we served together in Afghanistan to enjoy a weekend of fly fishing. I think a lot of Marines had not seen each other for nearly a dozen years. It's great to be able to pick up from where they left off.
I think the one thing that I really like about BAR-X is that they bring people that serve together back together.
There was 7 of us who ended up being, in a preliminary investigation, falsely accused of negligent homicide. We were entering this town to go and do what's called a key leader engagement, meet with the tribal elders and gain some further intelligence. All of a sudden, we had a car bomb went off right in front of our second vehicle, and then we started taking fire from our left flank. People were hanging out the windows, firing AK-47s, trying to finish off that vehicle of ours that was hit with the car bomb. Our men quickly fired at personnel that were maneuvering in tactical formations at us in this dry riverbed. A mob had formed, trying to trap us in that kill zone. One of the sergeants in the first vehicle quickly and very smartly aimed his machine gun over their heads. So there's some that had assumed that some of our machine gun fire could have gone astray and hit civilians. Many members of the media were reporting that we'd killed 19 and wounded 50, which is a completely false narrative. That started a fury in the international press, which led to a courtroom trial that we were exonerated from.
Sometime in the autumn of 2007, I got this solicitation that was brought into my office. They were looking for qualified officers to sit on a court of inquiry to investigate this. I was given 2,000 or 3,000 pages of documents to go through.
We honestly felt that this probably life imprisonment would be a likely outcome for the 7 of us.
That's what the stakes were.
So I stand before you today deeply, deeply ashamed and terribly sorry that Americans have killed and wounded innocent Afghan people. The death and wounding of innocent Afghans at the hand of Americans is a stain on our honor and on the memory of the many Americans who have died defending Afghanistan and the Afghan people.
The convening authority authorized Naval Criminal Investigative Service to conduct some interrogations that really went off the charts. It became very unethical the way that they began interrogating some of our Marines. We had one of our Marines' family threatened to be deported unless he signed a statement.
And then as you went further and further down the road, you came to the realization that there was, I guess malfeasance is the word, on the part of a lot of senior officers, both in the Marine Corps and the Army. It's probably the second, third day of testimony that my mind began to shift to the thing that, yeah, there's something wrong here. What we found is that Fred and his Marines conducted themselves properly as Marines in a combat situation. They followed the rules of engagement, and they didn't do anything illegal or immoral. The Marine Corps failed him, and they failed Fox Company. Ultimately, they failed the country.
Even after I retired 7 years after the trial was over, these statements kept impacting the type of jobs we could get.
Guys got sick, physically ill, because of this. You had guys who were married, divorced. I think there's only one guy that managed to hold on to his wife.
These Marines deserve the ability to pursue happiness. It's an awesome opportunity to have these same Marines in a different setting, a very relaxing, peaceful environment where they trust very deeply these other brothers in arms that they served with. It's good to see the guys in a different state when they were 12 years ago.
You can be with guys that you haven't seen for years. You love these guys. And you can just talk about things and not worry about offending anybody or pissing anybody off. Have a few drinks and just, kick back and relax.
Bigger thing that I like, about the Bar X is when they're here is you can see them unwind. You can see from the first day till now, they're just totally relaxed. You can tell the friendships are renewed. I think it's been a cool experience altogether.
You're never going to be able to repay them the money they lost because they couldn't get jobs. You're never going to be able to pay back the emotional cost of not being able to maintain their relationships with their family and their friends.
That's why programs such as the Bar X Project are so incredible to allow Marines to heal and to reunite. We're really grateful for that patriotism and generosity of those that donate to programs like Bar X Project.
There's a writer, a military writer, Tom Ricks, and he had one of the great quotes about what combat is. It diminishes your soul. I think this helps all of us, actually. You get back part of your soul that you lost. If you can do that, it's worth it.